ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। अध्याय 13 श्लोक 12 ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते। From Shloka 7 up to Shloka 11, Bhagavan enumerated 20 jnana sadhanas, 20 disciplines or qualities that serve as a means to attain Atma Jnana. Starting with Amanitvam, they have been enumerated. Now, Bhagavan is describing the Jnaya. Jnaya is the subject matter of the knowledge. It is known through the Jnana. The one that is known through the Jnana is called Jnaya. Jnaya is the Brahman, which is nothing but the Atma, the Self. Bhagavan is describing Jnaya, the Brahman, from this shloka onwards. Yat Jneyam, the Jneya, the subject matter of Vedanta, the subject matter of Brahma Vidya, tat pravakshyami. Bhagavan promises Arjuna, I will tell you that. Already he has told. It is not very new because we are in chapter 13. In last 11 chapters, leave chapter 1. In last 11 chapters, Bhagavan has described the Jnaya. The same Jnaya he is describing again. In Vedanta Shastra, repetition is not considered a dosha. In any other Shastra, in any other text, repetition is considered a dosha. A flaw. Whether it is Vyakarana Shastra or Alankara Shastra, repetition is not desirable. If the same idea is repeated or the same word is repeated, then it is called Punarukti dosha. The critics will point out it as a Punarukti dosha. Whereas in Brahma Vidya, in Adhyatma Vidya, repetition is not a dosha. Punarukti is not considered a mistake, not considered a flaw, because repetition is necessary. Even though the idea is one and the same, Jnaya is one and the same. Unlike in other Shastras, in Vedanta Shastra, there are not many Jnaya Padarthas. In any other Shastra, there are many things to know. For example, physics. You have to know many things. You have to know matter. You have to know energy. You have to learn many equations, many things. But in the case of Vedanta, we have only one tattva. Only one Jnaya. Jnaya is only one, not many. Yet, it is very difficult to understand because it is very sukshma. Jnayasya atisukshmatvat. Jnaya is very sukshma. Therefore, the same Jnaya has to be taught again and again in different ways, in different methodologies. Therefore, even though the same Jnaya has been taught right from chapter 2, Bhagavan promises Arjuna that he will teach the Jnaya again. Pravakshyami. What is the use of knowing the Jnaya? What is the purpose? Bhagavan reminds Arjuna, Yajñātvā amritamashnute. Knowing the Jnaya alone leads to moksha. Amritam ashnute. One gets amrita. Amrita is moksha. In the Shastras, sometimes moksha is referred to as amrita or amritatva. Amritatva is freedom from death. A mukta is free from birth and death. Therefore, moksha is called amritam. Freedom from death, meaning freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Amritam ashnute. You will attain amrita. One attains amrita with the knowledge. This is one of the places in Gita where Bhagavan clearly states that jnana is the means for moksha. Jnātvā amritam ashnute. With the knowledge of the Brahman, one gets moksha. Therefore, jnana is the direct means for moksha. It is stated in Bhagavadgita also. Not only here, even in a few other places. What is Jnaya? The Jnaya is being explained. It is Param Brahma, the Brahman. The word Brahman itself gives an idea of the Jnaya. Brihatvat Brahma. It is Brihat, means infinite. And it is Param Brahma. Sometimes the word Brahma is used for Hiranyagarbha also. That is why there is a Visheshana. Do not understand Hiranyagarbha. Here Brahman refers to Param Brahma, Parabrahma, the Supreme Brahman. The Brahman which surpasses everything. The word Param means the ultimate, the supreme. From this, we can also understand that Brahman is the ultimate goal of any individual. Everybody, consciously or unconsciously, is aspiring for the Supreme, the ultimate. Therefore, Param is our goal. Our goal is to reach the ultimate, to attain the ultimate. Param. Param is the one attaining which there is nothing more to attain. There is no greater gain. There is no greater accomplishment after accomplishing this. Therefore, it is called Param. What is the Param? It is nothing but Brahman. Param is Brahman. Therefore, Param Brahma. With the word Param, we can understand Brahman itself is the ultimate Purushartha. Brahman is Parama Purushartha. That is what is stated in Brahmanandavalli. Brahmavidapnoti Param. The knower of Brahman attains the Param, the ultimate, the supreme. While analyzing this statement, Bhashyakara says, Brahman itself is the Param. That is how, on knowing the Brahman, one can attain the Param. So, Param Brahma is the Jnaya. In any other subject matter, your objective may be different from the subject matter of the knowledge. What you are learning itself may not be your objective in any other Shastra. For example, if you are learning to cook, your objective itself is not cooking. Your objective is to eat the food and to fill the stomach. Therefore, the subject matter itself is not the goal in other disciplines. Whereas, in Vedanta Shastra, the subject matter is same as the goal. In other words, Vishaya and Prayojana are not different. Vishaya is the subject matter. What is the subject matter of Vedanta? Brahman. What is the prayojana? What is the purpose? What are you going to gain by knowing Brahman? Brahman itself. What you have to get is Brahman. That is why you are knowing Brahman. So, Param Brahma is Jneyam, and the same Param Brahma is Prayojanam also. It is the purpose. Even though the purpose is stated in a different way, it can be stated as Amritam, it can be stated as Ananda. What is the Amrita? What is the Ananda? It is nothing but Brahman. The Amrita is Brahman, the one that is immortal, the one that transcends life and death, is nothing but Brahman. Everything else is subject to origin and destruction. What transcends the origin and destruction? It is Brahman. That is why Amritam is Brahman. The purpose that you are seeking is nothing but the nature of Brahman. Or you may say Ananda. I want Ananda. Even the Ananda is Brahman. True happiness, ultimate happiness is nothing but Brahman. Or you may say, I want completeness. What is complete? Only Brahman is complete. Therefore, the objective is Brahman. And what you have to know to attain the objective is also Brahman. So, Param Brahma is the Jneyam, and this Param Brahma is Anadimat. It has no beginning. Na Adimat, Anadimat. It does not have Adi, no beginning. From that we can also understand that it has no end, implying eternal. Brahman is eternal, Nitya. That is how attainment of Brahman is attainment of Amrita. Tat na sat na asaduchyate. It is neither sat nor asat. we have to be careful in understanding this line, because the word Sat and Asat are generally used in a different sense in Vedanta. Sat means existence, Asat means non existence. This is how we generally explain. But in this shloka, Sat and Asat have different meaning. Sat refers to the manifest. The manifest universe is Sat. All that we experience in our day-to-day life is Sat. Whether it is table, chair, etc., or even our own body, everything has a name and form. All that has name and form is Sat. Brahman is not Sat. Means Brahman is not anything that has name and form. It transcends Sat. It transcends the objects that have name and form. Likewise, it is not Asat also. Asat means unmanifest. It is also known in Vedanta as Avyakrita or Avyakta. Before Srishti, before creation, everything was in the form of unmanifest. Avyakrita. Just like a seed, a tree is in unmanifest form before its origin, in a seed form. In the same manner, entire universe remains in an unmanifest form before Srishti. It is called Asat. Asat is the Karana, cause of Sat, manifest. Sat emerges from the Asat. Therefore, Asat is Karana and Sat is effect, Karya. Brahman is neither Sat nor Asat. Implies Brahman is neither Karana nor Karya. Brahman transcends both Karana and Karya, transcends both cause and effect. Shloka 13. सर्वतः पाणिपादं तत् सर्वतोक्षिशिरोमुखम् सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति. While studying Bhagavadgita, we should remember that Bhagavadgita is based on the Vedas. Vedas are the primary Shastra. Therefore, the teachings of Bhagavad-gita are based on the teaching of the Vedas. Therefore, we can trace the source of all these shlokas to the Veda. There is a very well-known section of Veda called Purusha Suktam. Purusha Suktam begins with the statement Sahasrashirshaः Purushaः Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. Purusha has 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet, and so on. Even this shloka of Bhagavad Gita resonates with the same idea of Purusha Sukta. The Brahman, the Paramatma, has his hands and feet everywhere. Sarvatah Panipadam. Sarvataha. Everywhere means in every body. He has Panipadam. He has hand and feet. We have hands and feet, and we identify with our hands and feet. The Upanishad says, Bhagavad Gita says, all our hands and feet belong to the Brahman. Every hand and every foot belongs to the Brahman. This is based on certain logical inquiry. We have a Karyakarana Sanghata, an assemblage of body, mind, senses, etc. All of us have a karyakarana sanghata. We have our own body, we have our own mind, our own senses. We are equipped with this assemblage. And often we identify with this body-mind assemblage as our nature. An ajnani, an ignorant person who has not even attended a few sessions of Vedanta, if you ask such people, who are you? All they have to say about themselves is their own body, mind, senses. They are totally ignorant of something beyond body, mind, and senses. Now, to such a person, a Vedanti asks a question: how does this body, mind, sense function? Does it function on its own? Or is there any other principle which makes the body, mind, and senses function? All the components of our body, whether it is Sthula Sharira or Sukshma Sharira, all of them are jada. All of them are insentient. The physical body is insentient, jada. Even the senses are insentient. Even the mind is insentient, jada. How do you know it is jada? Because it is drishya. We witness our body, we witness our senses, and we witness our mind also. Therefore, it is drishya. It is an object of consciousness. Just like any external object, just like the table, etc. Therefore, they are jada, they are insentient. Therefore, the assemblage of body, mind, and senses is an assemblage of jada, assemblage of insentient objects. Just like house. What constitutes a house? Bricks, cement, wood, etc. It is just an assemblage of various insentient materials. Or your own car, your vehicle. Even a car is an assemblage of various insentient components. Then there is an argument. Sanghatanam pararthatvat paraprayuktatvat. Any assemblage of insentient elements cannot be meant for itself. Neither it can remain for the sake of itself, nor it can function for the sake of itself. Let us take the example of a car. A car does not go by itself. You have parked the car somewhere, and the car starts going somewhere on its own. And then somebody asks, "Where are you going?" Then the car says, "I am hungry, I am thirsty, so let me drink some petrol. So I am going to the petrol station." Does the car ever say so? Neither the car goes by itself. The car has to be impelled by a sentient being. It has to be started and driven by a sentient being who is different from the car. Therefore, Sanghatanam paraprayuktatvat. A Sanghata. Sanghata is an assemblage. Any assemblage is impelled by a sentient being who is different from the assemblage, who transcends the assemblage. So, Sanghatanam paraprayuktatvat. Likewise, Sanghatanam pararthatvat. And the Sanghata serves the purpose of a sentient being who is different from the assemblage. The first logic is Sanghatanam paraprayuktatvat. An assemblage is driven by a sentient being. And the second logic is Sanghatanam pararthatvat. An assemblage is serving the purpose of a sentient being. The car is driven by someone. It is the first logic. And second is the car is driven for the sake of somebody else. It is not driven for the sake of the car itself. Or the car is not kept for the sake of the car itself. In the same manner, even this assemblage of body, mind and senses, they are impelled by a consciousness, a Chaitanya, who transcends this body, mind, sense assemblage. Also, they are subservient to the consciousness. Who is impelling them. That is how, with this logic, we ascertain the presence of the Atma, the Kshetrajna. The body, mind and senses are Kshetra. One who impels them is the Kshetrajna, Chaitanya. Etadyo vetti tam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha. So, from the functioning of the senses, mind, etc., we can recognize the presence of a kshetrajna who transcends the mind, senses, etc. Therefore, we can say the kshetra belongs to the kshetrajna. The karyakarana sanghata. Kshetra is sometimes known as karyakarana sanghata. Body, mind, etc. The assemblage. The assemblage of body, mind, etc. belongs to the kshetrajna. Being subservient to the kshetrajna, it belongs to the kshetrajna. Now this kshetrajna is not different with respect to body. It's not that there is one kshetrajna in this body, another kshetrajna in the other body. It is not so. Already Bhagavan has ruled out the difference in kshetrajna in Shloka 2. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. The kshetrajna is not different in each body. Sarva kshetreshu, in all kshetras, there is only one kshetrajna. The same kshetrajna is present in all bodies. And the kshetrajna is none other than Param Brahma. Therefore, all hands and feet, all kshetras belong to the Brahman. That is why Bhagavan says, Brahman has hands and feet in all bodies, not just in one body. Because the same Brahman is the kshetrajna in all bodies. The same Brahman is impelling all the kshetras. Sarvatah panipadam tat. The same Brahman has hands and feet. The same Brahman is impelling all hands and all feet in all bodies as the kshetrajna. Sarvatah akshishiro mukham. He has akshi, eyes, shiraha, head, and mukham, mouth, in all bodies. The same kshetrajna, percolates in all senses, all heads, all mouth, all eyes. Sarvatah Shrutimat. It has Shruti, Shrotrendriya in all bodies. Therefore, Loke Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. Loke, in the Sharira, of all the beings. Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. It stays pervading everything. It has pervaded all the upadhis. It has pervaded all the bodies. As the Kshetrajna, as the sentient being, as the Chaitanya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.